Picture it before you paint it. Download the free Dulux Visualizer app and see how your room will look in any color you choose. Dulux, let's color.
So you like a bit of a rustic decor style, a look once seen as old-fashioned. Now by incorporating a few elements, it's a style that brings natural warmth to a modern space. Sumari Kricha of Lagrange Interiors has an eye for rustic, timeless must-haves that make a room magnificent.
Lagrange Interiors is a retail interior design store where we import products from furniture and accessories from all over the world. And we have 3 stores in South Africa, Johannesburg, Pretoria and Cape Town. We specialize in a classic contemporary style. We like to mix old with new. We like to use a lot of texture. So it's all about finding that stuff that's different, that really puts layers into your interiors. So we really enjoy shopping all over the world for those unique items. 7 years ago, my husband and I built and developed Athol Place, and shortly after that we sold it. We always wanted to build a boutique hotel that was a home away from home. So our design philosophy 7 years ago was to create a house and not a hotel. The new owners who bought the hotel 2 years ago came back to us and said, please give us an update. And they loved color. So when we used a very neutral palette 7 years ago with lots of texture, we now had to use color in the terms of chartreuse yellow, lots of reds, mint green. So we really played with it this time around to give it a new and updated, fresh look. When we start designing, we always go for a neutral backdrop. We always start with neutrals, and we can always layer it with dark charcoals, greys, the earthy rust, aubergines, chartreuse colors. So my palette is always neutral, and then we can add color according to the client's requirements. In most of our projects, we really try and use as much reclaimed wood as possible, as it's great for the environment. We use a lot of reclaimed teak from Indonesia on our outdoor furniture, and also in the bar, we've used some reclaimed wood from Vietnam to make the beautiful bar stools, but they didn't really smoke the wood to give it that dark, smoky texture. So yeah, it's all about trying to save the environment and using different types of wood in different states of wood. In the original design, this was the library, so it was a very relaxed lounge area, and in the refurbishment we had to incorporate a bar into it, and we didn't want to lose the casualness and the lounge aspect of it. So it's really not a stiff and formal bar, but one with lots of seating, lots of comfortable chairs, lots of layering texture, and we stick to an earthy palette, and we again used a lot of wood, and we went a little bit industrial on the bar by adding some metal detail. We chose some small hanging wire lights off the bar, which creates atmosphere and gives natural light, but also picks up the metal detail in the bar. So it's all again about that industrial feel that we try to create here. The coffee table are 2 old benches from India pushed together. So again, it has metal legs with a very distressed reclaimed wooden top. So instead of a traditional coffee table, I decided to use 2 benches to create a bit of interest. On the high back upholstered sofa, it's a very fine block, and yet it's an African feel to it. And we complemented that with natural cottons, distressed on the sofa, all different textures that works together. In the formal lounge on the dining chair, we've used a very small herringbone pattern. So it again complements the textures and the patterns, but it's very soft and very subtle. We decided to clad the walls with natural oak. So we brought in a lot of warmth in the terms of the oak, but also a very graphic pattern on the walls in black and white, almost like a Moroccan feel. So we didn't want to steer off too far from Africa, and yet it must be contemporary. So a lot of our colors there was used as reds and mint green with a lot of texture in terms of wood, ceramic, the fabrics was linens and cottons, and lots of pattern as well. So that's how we layer things. We always take a base cloth, a wood, a ceramic, and then we just add to that in order to get the total picture. Throughout Athol Place, we've chosen a light natural colour on the walls. It tends to be a little bit of grey in it, so it's juxtaposed against the very white ceiling, and it creates a very nice neutral palette to go with different colour schemes we used in the different rooms. Here it's very neutral, all leathers and browns and rustic colours, while in the formal lounge and in the dining room you'll see we've paired it with a lot of mint green and berry pinks and reds. The bedrooms are all very spacious. They all host a super king size bed with a huge lounge area and a study desk. So the idea was really to create a room that feels very luxurious and can really feel like a home away from home. So in this room we used a very stark black and grey and white palette, and we went very graphic with a dark headboard, dark sofas, and then a crisp white bed linen. So it's really just the luxury of simplicity and yet fabulous frette bed linen compared with throws on the bed, scatter cushions to make it really homely. The mood we tried to create in this room was glamour and yet toned down with the mirrors that's aged. And it's really about luxury, but also a homely feel. So the mood is, it could be at home, it could be a hotel, but it's not that corporate look. It's really glamour, luxury, toned down, homely softness. I find with a neutral palette that you use on your wall coats, it's easy to layer those rooms with different colors. You can go darker and easily also add color to it. So for me, it's always the first base of a project is to find a nice neutral color in order to use your layering and your texture with. So it's always neutral, and then we add our color in terms of our accessories and our furniture.
Sumari's decor style expresses the need for a homely feel away from home, something that embodies comfort, yet still in keeping with an elegant look. To keep up that rustic look, choose furnishings and objects with strong, slightly rough edges. Look around and see what unique items you can find for your home. Whether it's for your styling elements or for your walls, soft light colours in an ultra-matte finish, such as Dulux Rich Matte, create an enclosed effect, making walls appear closer than they are, perfect for large areas that may feel too clinical. Cool white with blue, grey or green undertones such as Dusted Moss 2 makes your room look crisp and clean. It exudes a serene atmosphere of contemporary home decor that provides the perfect backdrop to show off your striking accessories. If you're looking for the nearest Dulux store, download the Dulux Visualizer app. Using the Visualizer app, simply type in the city you're in and wait. Click on List to scroll through the Dulux stores in your area. Finding a Dulux store is that easy.
Picture it before you paint it. Download the free Dulux Visualizer app and see how your room will look in any color you choose. Dulux, let's color.